Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Aaron Buford here to give my reflection post 4.0 for technology and entertainment and media industries. So I'd like to start with the first question. What did you learn about or share about the industry during your time in this course? So some of the things that I learned in this course, I think one of the number one things that I learned in this course was definitely about the other industries. There's a lot of different I didn't know, especially about game design and game arts. Definitely takes a lot of skill and a lot of time. It is very, very, very interesting to me. A lot of my assignments, I went back and really looked over those two in general. Another thing was the terminology. A lot of the terminology I'm already familiar with, especially had been a freelance designer prior to this. But what I noticed, one of the things that I found in common with not only graphic design but all of the industries, was that a lot of the terminology was the same. There was different ways to use it, but a lot of the terminology was almost exactly the same. But I definitely did learn a few new terminologies from other industries as well. I also gained a lot of resources, going in and studying, just using the resources that was given to me to see other resources that I would be able to use in the future, just to either learn new things from, news, things of that nature, or just to gain inspiration. It definitely was there for me, and I definitely kept some of those in my favorites. And I also gained a new industry leader to look up to. Her name is Tina Roth Eisenberg. She's a graphic designer in New York, but she's also a businesswoman and very highly motivated and highly enthusiastic, and I'll definitely be watching her as I go forth in my career. The second question is, what did you learn about your own future during this period of industry exploration? So during the time I was studying my industry, there wasn't too much that I wasn't familiar with prior to doing that assignment, but I definitely did learn that there were a lot more options as far as graphic design is concerned. That it's not just about marketing and management. There's also marketing and advertising, but it's definitely other options out there in game design and in the movie industry. So there's definitely different facets I can take if I felt like anything wasn't going my way. The third question, going forward, how will you apply these skills and concepts you've gained to your future success, both academic and professionally? Some of the things that I gained and I will probably use moving forward will definitely be the mission statement. I really enjoyed compiling a mission statement for myself. It kind of gives me a goal to shoot for, and definitely a reference to look back on. So I can definitely always resort back to that and say, okay, this is why I'm doing it. I know I'm stressed out. I know I have this problem or that problem, but I need to keep in mind this is my goal. So that was definitely something that I could use going forward. And then professionally, once I've graduated, I had to sit back down and really look at all of the factors and say, okay, time for another mission statement. What's the game plan? where do I plan on being after this, and hopefully try to follow the same path as I stated in the assignment that we were presented for the future. For the fourth question, if you could give the upcoming 10 classes some advice, what words of wisdom would you offer those students to help them get the most they can from this experience? For the most part, the only thing I can really say is that, don't come to this class expecting to be taught. Come to this class expecting to teach yourself. There's not a lot that this class can really teach you, but to help you teach yourself. That was one of the main things that I sort of figured out within the second week, is that, okay, I got to sit down and do some research. Let me look into all of the different options, the different industries, and really take the time to do my research on my own. So there's not a whole lot of reading that you'll be doing, but you will be given resources for you to look at on your own, especially on your own time. I know I found myself looking at some of the resources even after the assignment was finished, and just to dabble around and really see what else was out there, and just get as much as you can out of it. You're being given you're being given resources from your industry, so why not take a look at as many as you can? If you're only taking a look at one or two, that's fine, as long as you take a look at something. But there are definitely multiple resources that are given to you in this course that you may not find on your own, or you may find later on in your career, but there's definitely the resources there for you to just take a look at. So just do it in this time period. But for anything else, I think that's all we have for this response to the 4.0 reflection post. Again, my name is Aaron Buford, and thank you very much.